We're at Elkhart Lake with Madison Snow. Anyone can do an interview sitting. Let's just drive around and see what the hell's going on. First of all, we're doing this right after race one for Porsche IMSA GT3 Cup, challenged by Yokohama. Who won that race?
I won the race. It was a great race, and I'm happy to come out with the win.
So let's talk a little bit about, frankly, how you raced. We're not going to give away secrets, as I always say, but I want everyone to understand that this 17-year-old kid, who's been racing since age, what?
4 years old, go-karts when I started.
So that's like almost 75–80% of your life behind the wheel of something.
I'm either behind the wheel, but even before then, I was always at the racetrack with my parents.
I'm going to play Can You Top This? You've been racing from sperm one because you were the first sperm to get there. No? Okay. So let's start with what a race weekend is like, and let's start with how you prepare before you come to a track to get the job done.
I normally just look at some video just to get the reference of what the track's like again, to get familiar with it again.
Yep.
I don't do a whole lot other than that, and then I just get to the track. Like this weekend, I got to the track early. I was hanging out on a farm for about a week before the track. I came here, I rode in with the crew, helped set up some of the tents, and just hung around for a day or two, and then got on the track.
Now, in my old days, I'd walk the track. You use video instead of walking it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll normally do a golf cart ride or walk the track if I haven't been there.
Yep.
But if I've been to the track a couple times, I don't worry about that.
Now, the team you're with, Wright Motorsport, Snow, very data sensitive, it feels like, from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Are you looking at setups and kind of getting a gist of that, or just waiting to get in the car and then plan from there?
We'll wait till I get in the car. The car is always set up fairly nice the first time I hop in.
Yep.
But once I hop in, we'll help fine tune the car and get it right where I like it.
Okay, and again, it's not all the HAL 9000 computer. You're giving feedback to the team and the engineer?
Yeah, okay. I give the feedback. I tell them what the car is doing, how I like it, what I want better, and then they help me work on that to figure out how to make it.
And normally before the official test sessions, you'll come here and practice or do something?
Yeah, it's very nice to get on the track beforehand. This track, we didn't have a chance, but the other tracks, Watkins Glen, it's always just nice to get to the track beforehand and get a couple laps in.
Okay, now everyone talks about tire management in every goddamn racing series. Even with the Yokohama tires, that's the case. So, and I'm setting you up, in qualifying, you're managing the number of laps you put on the tires you have to race. So what happened here at Road America?
I did 2 flyer laps, 2 time laps, and that was in. That's the minimal amount of laps you can possibly do.
And one qualifying session sets the grid for both races of the weekend.
Yeah, the fastest lap, race 1, second fastest, race 2.
Does anyone comment to you from the competitors about, like, at least give us a chance, goddammit?
A couple.
Yeah.
Bernitas would come up to me and say, "Don't embarrass me, come on, don't." And we're just joking around, we're pretty good friends.
You seem like a pretty calm guy and under control out of the car.
I don't get too stressed out or anything when I'm at the track or when I'm in the car.
Even in the car, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
So, and there's thinking going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the race. This place is known for its hill toward the green flag. Again, I don't want you to give away secrets, but what was your mindset of how you're going to start this race and start the grid and make the race yours?
I didn't quite know what to do at the start because most of the time we'll accelerate right out of the last corner. This time there's such a long straightaway before the green flag that we had to wait a while, and so it's a much different start than most. I got not a very good start. Sloan got me on the start, and I was following him. Before we even reached turn 5, it went yellow, and so then the race was under yellow for a couple of laps.
So let's do 2 scenarios. If it didn't go yellow, you found yourself in P2, you knew you had a car that was about 7/10 quicker in qualifying. Yeah. So what was your thinking then? What was going to happen next in your mind?
I just was going to wait for him to make a mistake and then go for it. I knew that I had the entire race. When it went yellow and it stayed on yellow for a long time, I'm like, I'll have to get my move done pretty fast after the yellow because there's a lot less time remaining.
So now, yellow did happen, but you still got 20-something minutes ahead of you in the race. Could you start to see where you had an advantage on track in the race, or did you know going in where you were strongest?
I was told I was faster through the second half of the race, the second half of the racetrack, but I really didn't know. I was just waiting to get on the track and find out where I was better.
This is going to broadcast after, so I'm fearless in terms of getting into details. It looked like from down the hill, whatever that turn is, 8 toward the carousel, suddenly the car came really alive, and you seemed to have a lot of advantage and carried a lot of speed, a lot more speed through the kink. feed my ego. Did I read that right?
Turn 7, I was a lot faster than Sloan, but also through the carousel and the kink. That's where I'd look behind me and I'd see a large gap gain, and that's where I was a lot happier. I knew that if I got ahead of him, that's where I'd make my time up and pull away.
So speaking of pass, there were full course yellows. There were 3 in total, but there was a key one. You were still in P2. There was a crash. It looked like the track was going to go full course yellow. We could see that from the TV truck. Put me in your car. What did you know? What did your team know? And how did you communicate? Because at the exact right moment, you made the pass to get in front before the full course happened. How did that unravel?
I didn't know it was going to happen. My crew chief came on the radio and said, we're going to have a full course yellow soon, and that was just knowing that somebody was going to wreck later on in the race. So you got to get this pass done fairly soon, and I did it that next corner.
I was going to say,
immediately, I just did it.
Okay, you need a pass? I can do a pass. That was awesome, awesome.
Fourth place car, Mills has missed him, but Cisnero, oh no, that was Durson. Durson's gone off as well there, I'm pretty certain, yes. Yeah. That's the Masters leader. And that is a big mistake from Brett Sandberg, who was looking for a great result, as the leaders are still battling on. No full course caution called as yet. And side by side coming out of turn, number 5 up the hill to 6. And it looks like Madison Snow, he may know that there's a full course caution coming in. He's got the lead. He's got the lead. That's a fantastic piece of driving by the youngster.
So the restart looked like you learned your lesson from the first start.
Yes, I was a lot better on the second start when I had learned my lesson.
What did you do different?
I just got on the power earlier and went for it. I wasn't...
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about how you think you drive. Your not so much your style in a general sense, but let's go through the pieces. When you're looking, where are you looking? What are you using to focus? What are you using peripherally to get through a brake zone, corner, and out?
Always looking ahead just to see if something's on the track, to make sure the track's clear. And then, I mean, you have to spot your braking zone, see where you're going to brake. I've started doing that more and more. Last year, I didn't use one braking reference. I just hit the brakes where I hit the brakes. I feel it, you know. This year, they've been a lot on me to work on exactly where I hit the brakes, like what reference, like the 2 marker or the 2.5. And that's definitely helped me push my braking references deeper and deeper.
But this track feels to me like a flow track. So you're not connecting the dots. You're executing, but you still got a rhythm going.
Yeah, this track's such a long track. It's a flow track. Okay. But the time gain at this track is all under brakes.
Really?
That's where, in the Porsche, that's the best spot to gain time, is under the braking.
So I'm going to ask you to nuance that a little. Late braking, hard braking, or how you do the brake zone?
Just late, hard braking, get the braking done with, and get immediately back on the power.
Okay. Now we're going to turn into coaching. So having done that, do I still want to focus on carrying a lot of entry speed, a balanced car, or does it not matter?
I carry a lot of entry speed, but I always get told I'm carrying too much and I overcharge the corner, and then they say I screw up my exit. So I always have to work on carrying less entry speed just so I can get the exit out.
Got it. How much of this car do you steer with your feet versus your hands?
In a lot of understeer corners like the carousel, I'm doing a lot of footwork just with the gas just to get the car rotated. But in most corners, the car is set up so great by Wright Motorsports, the car just rotates itself and I can get on the gas and go.
Help me through this question. So how do you see a pass unfold? Are you playing chess there, or are you being very opportunistic?
It depends how much time I have. I'll just wait until they make a mistake and then take the opportunity there. But when my crew chief came on the radio and said, I need this pass done now before the yellow comes out, I just went for it right then and I knew I could do it.
And again, you're not just robotically following the instructions of your crew, you're running the race.
Yeah.
45 minutes, on one hand, sounds like long. When we get to the pro stuff and you're starting, is this your first GTC race in the LMS?
It is, first American Le Mans race.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the real longer stuff. But even in a 45-minute race, are you kind of mapping out your plan for the race and then adjusting as it goes, or is it, I'll just take it as it comes?
It's more just go as fast as I can, do everything I can, and then see what happens, see how it comes.
Are you going to change that mindset or have to change that mindset for the GTC stints?
In GTC, it's just to stay out of trouble, but there's so much competition in that class, you still have to do your fastest lap every single lap.
Okay, now I got you to laugh once and smile a couple of times.
That's pretty hard.
Bullshit. When you're coming up the front straightaway, You won this race. Are you smiling?
A little.
Yeah. What, I would ask it this way. I'm assuming there's only one goal, and it's the goddamn championship this year.
Yes, that's the goal.
Okay, okay. Good luck in your second race.
Thanks, I'll need it.
Any stupid question you want to ask me? No, that's rhetorical. Don't do that. Yeah. Let's park this thing. Han, good luck. We didn't hit anything?
Yeah.
Caught a couple apex. You can bump draft these guys, though. Show me something. Go get them. Thanks, Matt.